Are you ready? No! I said, are you ready?
Oh, don't blink! Sex!
And midnight hour.
The run last shot by
Hello, welcome back to the Last Shot podcast with me, All Things Wrestling, and Stefan.
Yeah, today we're kicking off the show. Let's start, man.
Just quick announcement first. This will be the last Monday edition of the podcast. We're moving to Friday next week. So this will be going up on the 6th of May, and then the next podcast will be coming out on the 17th of May.
Yes, because we thought it's better for scheduling, and if news come out, we can cover them up at the end of the week, Friday, so we don't need to wait until Monday before Raw.
Obviously, because SmackDown's moving to Thursday, we'll be able to talk about both SmackDown and Raw.
Exactly.
It'll be Friday, and if that becomes a problem, we'll move it to Saturday, but we'll just see how the Friday time slot works.
I think, Friday is a perfect. That was my original plan for Friday, and I think you told me when we started doing podcasts, let's do Monday. I think that was your idea, actually, and we agreed on that.
Yeah. The
So,
thing
I don't
about
know.
Friday I'm thinking about is because if we need to film it on Thursday, how are we going to watch SmackDown and talk about it?
We'll see, bro. We'll see.
We'll see,
but I think
Friday or Saturday, it'll most likely be Friday, but we'll see how in October it works. But for now, for the next
Here's
few
the
months,
thing.
Friday will be perfect.
bro, if I'm someone, I go to school, I go to work, I come home, I relax, and what better to do than turn on the show to listen or watch something, But so I think the Friday is great for right now.
Yes, definitely.
Because-
Also, check out Greg, my second channel. Please check it out. Link in the description.
Yeah, that's the
Gameplay
gaming channel. Let's get them to 1,000 subscribers or something.
Yes,
I don't know,
1,000
man.
subscribers,
Just
so I can get
listen.
some ads on the channel. I mean, it's not about the
Listen,
money,
guys.
but just I want to make a
No,
point
no,
to
no.
YouTube that I'm better than them.
No,
Fuck YouTube.
it's not about the money, but it takes time.
Time
So-
and equipment and all that kind of stuff to make videos. So
Yeah.
anything I
at-
get
at
from
the
this
end of-
goes all into the YouTube channel. So
Exactly. But anything we're doing here, if gaming channel that he has, or we speaking about wrestling, like I said, it's because we love the product, and we obviously he loves gaming, and me too. So whatever we're doing here about talking wrestling, it's not about money. We're not getting paid for that. Maybe there's few advertisements in the video. So, but man, it's because we love the product, and we wish nothing but the best for WWE.
exactly. Now let's spend the next hour talking shit about WWE.
Oh yeah, and not because we hate WWE, but because we want WWE to be better.
Exactly. First off, the first thing we talk about is Saudi Arabia, because that's a fun topic to discuss. If you've
Why
not
are they even
heard,
going back there?
money,
Why?
money, and I think they're also
Money.
tied into a deal with them.
Yeah.
Goldberg is returning to the WWE to be at Saudi Arabia.
I heard there's some company down in Florida who wanted Goldberg. So, what better way for WWE to
Keep him.
make a decision than to sign? Yeah, I don't know if he's under WWE Legends deal.
I
which
imagine he
would
is, to be
not
fair.
Yeah, if that's the case, bro, he can't even go to events like wrestling events like signings and that kind of stuff.
Exactly.
So that was their mentality that he can't show up in AEW because they have fear from AEW. You don't need to agree with me, but even if they say they don't care, they do.
They definitely do. But
Yes.
yeah, Goldberg to wrestle, it's not going to end well. His wrestling ability has never been good, and it's even worse now.
Oh my god! Imagine Roman Reigns against Goldberg.
Oh, that's probably what they're going to
versus-
fucking do, to be fair.
Oh fucking hell! I mean, can it get any more generic than that? I mean, I love Goldberg. Don't get me wrong. It will be a pretty good match. But really, spear versus spear, that's stupid for no reason, just for money.
God, I know.
Who
Goldberg
wants-
is just
who
selling out
would
for
you-
money at this point.
but
I mean,
who
I
would
get
you
his
want to
second one in
see,
WWE because he wanted to show his kid him wrestling and all that kind of stuff. I got that. It was a good storyline, and it made you feel
Yes.
a part of it because everyone can sympathise with what Goldberg wanted to do. But this is just money grabbing at this point.
Yeah. I mean, who would you love to see Goldberg face for real? I mean, for real. No, let's not fuck around. I personally
Sullivan.
love The Undertaker.
I want Lars
Oh, yeah,
Sullivan
I
to
would
come
love-
out and destroy him. It'd
I
do
would love
so
to.
much for the guy's career.
It would, but you know Vince will never do that.
No,
To-
but it makes sense. Have a big guy face him. Not have a small guy. Have a big guy face him that will actually
Yeah.
benefit from looking strong.
Yeah, you know what's my fear? That we're going to have Roman Reigns against Goldberg, and that match will be like 2 minutes with Roman Reigns winning.
Yeah, that's the problem.
That's
If he
my
goes
fear.
against anyone, he's probably going to win.
Yeah, we'll see what's going to happen. But yeah, that's that. I mean, we really can't say anything much about that. I know people are saying, discuss more stuff, blah blah blah. I mean, we're discussing stuff, but there is not really much to say right now. We don't know who's he going to face. If probably Roman Reigns. I know you agree with me, but
Yeah.
there's literally nobody else because everyone else on that roster, Goldberg can squash in a minute. So
Yep.
let's move to other story, bro.
Yes, the other thing I had to talk about was it's been in Saudi Arabia conversation. Mick Foley wants to wrestle in Saudi Arabia.
Oh, that's another story. You know, money speaks. He can't get clear. The guy. I don't know how the guy is still alive. I know you agree with me on that. It's miracle.
Oh yeah,
he's
definitely. The,
fucking-
the guy is not fit to even walk around, let alone wrestle.
Yeah, so I think if he got cleared in some miracle way, I think that people would lose respect for him because obviously it's all for money.
Yeah, he's got nothing left to prove in the wrestling business.
No.
He would just get hurt. He'd be a liability to whoever he's wrestling as well because the guy's
No,
not been in
he can
good
barely walk.
shape since like bloody
He can barely
1995.
walk. He can barely walk.
Exactly, he's had fucking double hip surgery.
What is he going to jump from 30 meters? Hell in a cell. What the fuck is he going to do in his age?
That's it,
himself
there's
for
nothing
nothing.
he can do.
Listen. You can sign a contract. Vince will sign you for $2 million. You will go in Saudi Arabia, and what happens if you sign a contract and you die? That money doesn't mean anything because you're gone. I mean, seriously. I know it sounds ridiculous, but man, why would he do anything like that? You know,
I don't
risk
know.
his life for. Why would he risk his life for money that he already has?
Exactly, it's not like Indeed. He's on probably a decent Legends contract, to be honest.
Yeah,
Mick
so there
fucking
is no-
Foley.
Maybe he was just kidding around because of Goldberg, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I would love to go to Saudi Arabia, to wrestle," because he was just being sarcastic. Maybe that's the thing.
Just one of them. Let's move on to better topics on Saudi Arabia that keep pissing me off. I hate Saudi Arabia sometimes. Just a little tidbit from WrestleMania 35. George Mizzen revealed that he got injured during his WrestleMania appearance.
What did he say?
He went, first off, he said, I wasn't supposed to get in the ring, but Shane said, follow my lead, and then called him into the ring. And then when he needed him, he actually broke a rib. When he needed him.
Dude, it's so funny, but I honestly I don't respect the guy for doing that.
Yeah, definitely.
I respect the hell out
It
of
takes a
him.
lot of courage and that to get in the ring with trained professionals when you don't have a clue what you're doing.
Yeah, and he has guts. I mean, but another thing, I think he's really a cool person. I think that's the case also. He's a really awesome guy.
Oh, definitely. Well, it was a good appearance, and he did make the match really good, in my opinion. Not gone to Dave Meltzer, who gave it bloody by 1.5 stars. Thank you, prick.
Yeah, and
Match was definitely better than that.
It was great, and people think, Miz was beating up Shane 99% of the match. Well, that's the point, you idiots. Sorry for
that was
calling people
literally
that,
the
but
storyline.
Yes,
that
I'm
was
not calling
going
everyone
on.
an idiot. I'm not calling everyone an idiot. Don't get me wrong, but that was the point of the whole match. Shane gets beat up as a heel, and at the end he wins by basically Miz
By a
sacrificing
fluke.
himself. So that was the whole point of the match.
Exactly, and it was a good match.
Yeah, it was.
And
I mean, who doesn't love to see a heel get beat up?
Exactly, and obviously they're
Especially
continuing the
Shane, because
feud,
the
aren't
guy's
they, at the
insane.
minute? Which is good.
Well, I hope we don't get Roman Reigns against Shane.
God damn it, no.
No.
God, no. Please, no. We might as well bring the Roman Reigns story in it while we're talking about Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns sent out a tweet saying, I'm going to be on Monday Night Raw.
There is literally zero reason why.
And
He
then
should go back.
WWE tweeted out saying, per WWE officials, he will not be appearing on Monday Night Raw. And then he just said, just have my music ready. I'll be kicking things off on Raw right at 8 p.m.
Okay.
Why? You are not a Raw superstar. You
I'm
are
going to
on
say-
SmackDown. Fuck off on your own show.
Yeah, and listen, some people again told me, shut the fuck up about Reigns. He went through cancer. You don't respect him. I respect Joe and I respect the guy, but I can't respect the character when they're pushing him again and again, and they're using excuse and they're using leukemia excuse for him to getting cheered. That's sick. Stop fucking doing that. He won't bring back good ratings. Ratings are sinking down. People doesn't care about Reigns. He is not drawing money, even if you think he does. He's not a draw.
He's definitely not a bloody
John Cena.
draw.
He's not. Do you know who is a draw? John Cena, Shawn Michaels. No, even Shawn Michaels. Sorry, Steve Austin. He was a draw. Not Roman Reigns. He's not even close. He's not even in that category. Ric Flair back in the day, he was a draw. Roman Reigns is not.
Oh, definitely not a draw at all.
So just bringing him back on Raw, it will just make people hate him once again. And I said that before. Don't push him when he comes back, because they will turn on him, and that's what's going to happen again. And I'm glad that's going to happen. Fuck WWE and fuck their agenda, Roman Reigns' agenda. I'm sorry.
I know, it is ridiculous.
Because Raw ratings will sink. I hope to God Raw ratings go down, because until they hit under 2 million, that's when Vince will realize we need to change something. If not, then maybe it will be better if he's dead and gone. I'm sorry to say that, but if he's gone, it will be better for the products.
Exactly.
And once again, sorry for rant. It's just a reality that some people can't accept.
I know, it is.
So speaking of Vince, do you wanna switch to topic about Vince switching plans before Raw once again? Always switching storylines, that kinds of bullshit. Let's rip.
Basically, because he's decided that he's going to make this company WCW, they're pretty much writing the show up until the point it goes on air and then continuing to rewrite it throughout the night, which is what WCW did, and look where the fuck that ended. Vince, you have all day to write a goddamn script. Do not...
He doesn't write anything. He's not writing anything, bro.
Well,
sorry, I'm pissed off. I'm really pissed off. People are writing, writers are writing for him, and then he scraps everything and he writes his own show or does what he wants. Hours before the Raw. He's not doing anything before that. He's wasting everyone's time.
Yeah, that it is. You need to have a solid plan and listen to your writers. Not just bloody make up whatever the hell you want when you feel like it.
No. The whole point of him is right now, the only thing he cares about is Charlotte Flair and Roman Reigns. That's the only thing he cares about.
Basically, which is ridiculous.
He killed tag team division. We don't have anyone on Raw. Don't tell me we have few teams, because we don't. We have War Riders. There is no legit teams on Raw and SmackDown. No. And everyone who comes up from NXT, they are destroyed and buried. So shut the fuck up. You know, for everyone there who's saying, oh, you have B team. B team, go fuck yourself. B team. Seriously, you consider that a good team? Or someone, but no. You will love to see Undisputed Era B team beat up Undisputed Era. You will love to see that. If so, go fuck yourself. Because that's not wrestling. That's nothing but bullshit from this company.
Exactly.
I'm sorry for rant.
Well, we're talking about tag teams. If you didn't see the Revivals segment last week on Monday Night Raw, this is apparently a WWE tactic to get them to sign new contracts. Because they said, I think this is just the start of the humiliation.
Don't sign. Don't fucking sign contracts. If you have any respect for yourself and your dreams, don't sign a fucking contract, because they will not change the fact about you. They will still treat you like a shit. All they want is to give you money just for you not to go to AEW. That's all that is. That's the whole thing.
I'm going to make this point. If you want to keep your talent, humiliating them isn't the way to do it. You make them look good and give them what they want. You don't just go, these aren't doing what we want. We're going to make them look like twats in the entire show. No, you actually give them respect. That's how you get people to sign a new goddamn contract.
Okay, let the Revival go. Make him look like a fool. In a few months, when they go there to other company and they feud with young Bucks, you will regret it for not, because they are one of the best tag teams in the world right now, and you're wasting them.
Exactly. You could be doing a lot more with them. And we have one more tag team story to talk about.
No,
this is not the one I want to talk about, but we have to talk about it.
Hell,
with the Hardy Boys relinquishing the tag titles, there is a lot of speculation that WWE will shuffle the tag team division around again and pull up NXT teams and completely fuck over NXT and all storylines that they're going on.
Dude, I have a fear, I have a strange feeling that they're going to pull up Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly and they're going to kill Undisputed Era. I'm having that feeling, and I'm fear for that. I really fear for that.
That would be the biggest mistake to do that right now. They have got something good going on with Undisputed Era down there. They do not need to come up to SmackDown.
Exactly. But not Undisputed Era, just without Adam Cole. For example, Roderick Strong, Kyle O'Reilly, and Bobby Fish. Even with them three, they won't survive without Adam Cole. He's the freaking star in WWE right now. I mean, obviously AJ Styles, but man, they won't survive without him. They will be dead in 2 weeks. I'm telling you.
Exactly. We need to keep them down there. Just leave NXT alone, for God's sake, Vince, because look what you've fucking done with EC3 and everyone like that. You fucked them up. I mean, at least Ricochet and Aleister Black are doing something interesting. That's probably because Triple H just went, don't fuck these guys up, they're amazing. Don't do it, you twat.
No. He doesn't care about storylines, and now Undisputed Era is having a great storyline in NXT. A great storyline. So if they bring Roderick Strong, Kyle O'Reilly, and Bobby Fish up, let's say on SmackDown this week, I mean, what's going to happen? They're going to get tag titles, for example, and what then? You will have Shinsuke Nakamura and Rusev, a team that is not legit, beat them at the next pay-per-view. Is that why are you bringing them up? Is that the reason why? I mean, fuck off with that.
Exactly.
I hope they stay in NXT.
They do not need to bring anything else up, ever. Now let's talk about some good news concerning New Japan. Chris Jericho will be challenging
Thank you.
Okada, I'm not even going to pretend I can announce his first name, for the
Damn, bro.
IWGP title at New Japan Domination June 9th, which Chris Jericho getting a title match in New Japan, pretty damn good.
Yeah, just to say this before we start anything, I'm sorry for a rant. I know Tom will agree with me. It's everything we talked about is bullshit, and we know there is a chance of that happening, and we don't want to see good things destroyed. That's the reason why I went to that rant.
Exactly. Well, this is what the podcast is about. We're not going to vent. We're not going to hide and fake our feelings. If we've got something to say, this is the point where we say it on the podcast.
Okay. So
this podcast is
talk
uncensored.
about good news right now, because I'm going on. Let's talk about good news.
Yes. Chris Jericho on the indie scene is fucking amazing. Absolutely one of the best characters in any wrestling business right now, in any company right now. He's amazing.
Did you see the promo?
I've literally got it here. I'm just going to kind of put it on.
Dude, it's awesome.
Okay, this is weird. I'm literally just watching his promo now for whatever he did for his title match.
You know what I heard, bro? Do you know what I heard from people? Some people on Twitter, random people.
What?
Oh, he doesn't deserve IWGP Championship. He didn't do anything. He lost. Last time. Dude, the guy is Chris Jericho. He wrestled for how many years? He can do whatever he wants to do.
I think nearly 25 years.
Yes, but he can do whatever he wants to do. He doesn't need to earn anything. So that doesn't make sense for someone to say that.
The promo is good. The promo is really, really good.
It's good.
Yes. Sorry if you could all hear that. I do apologise, because it'll be on the same audio as Shawn Michaels Jr. But yeah, it's a really good promo. He definitely deserves it, and it's going to make one hell of a match. Okada versus Jericho will be fucking amazing. It really will.
Yes. That's after Double or Nothing, right? That's in June.
Yeah, June 9th. Double or Nothing's 25th of May.
So, what contract does Jericho has right now with AEW? He can obviously wrestle outside.
Yeah, I don't think AEW has any exclusive contracts. I think they're all literally you can work wherever as long as you work our shows. They're all independent contracts.
Do you think we may see a partnership between, let's say, New Japan and AEW? I don't think that's possible right now, but
no, I see it in the future. They are working with another couple of companies. I know that much. I think they're working with Impact.
Maybe our age, bro.
But yeah, I definitely see them doing a working relationship eventually with New Japan, because I think that what they initially said is they want to stand on their own 2 feet and then do it, not rely on any other companies to start with, which I can respect that.
Yeah. And just to add to this, because we're talking about AEW right now, we mentioned the AEW. You know those 4 guys we talked about earlier, who Vince may bring up the main roster just to give him a title, and then they die in 2 weeks. Listen, if that's the reason, Kyle O'Reilly, they will be gone to AEW before you blink if you don't use them right in the WWE. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Yeah.
You know? So, sorry for mentioning that, but that's, because they were big names back in the Indies, so if they screw them up, I hope they don't. Because we need, dude, I know this is out of topic right now, but we really need tag teams, and I'm really sorry because tag team wrestling is shit right now on the main roster.
It is, and tag team wrestling is one of the most exciting art forms in wrestling. If you do it right, it can be amazing.
You know what's sad? That Ricochet Aleister Black match with War Riders was fucking great, and then on Raw we got next week we got like a revival. Aleister Black Ricochet against War Riders, and I don't remember who. That match wasn't even close, like, on TakeOver, so they're just watering down everyone on the main roster, and it's bullshit.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about Leo Rush?
Yeah, he has a heat, so let's talk about him.
Okay, to sum up the quick version of Leo Rush, basically he rubs everybody the wrong way by being an arrogant, full of himself person backstage.
Mm-hmm.
he reportedly turned down a WWE contract, offered him a new 5-year deal with $300,000 a year, but he turned it down, saying, "I want double that amount." He wanted, $600,000 a year.
I'm sorry to say this. People like Johnny Gargano. Johnny Gargano gets paid $150. 150 in NXT. You have Adam Cole, who is getting pay-per-view revenue, but he's Adam Cole. Who the fuck is Leo Rush to even want that much money? It's crazy, man.
Exactly.
You know what I'm trying to say? It's not realistic. Because you have, like I said, Gargano in NXT, who is getting paid much less.
Exactly. To be fair, for what he's doing as a job, 300,000 is ridiculously high.
Yes, it is.
I'd understand if you wanted 600,000 for, say, being in the mid card and holding the US title, but he was literally walking around with Bobby Lashley.
Yeah. He does.
But Chris Jericho had something to say about this situation. It involved Leo Rush talking about carrying veterans' bags. The comment, which has now been deleted, the person said, "I'm sorry, but if I was a big star in WWE, I would never make the young guys carry my bags. It's an exercise in humiliation designed by bitter mid-carders who need to constantly be told how great they are because they have little accomplishment to do it for them." And Chris Jericho responded saying, "Key statement there is, if I was a big WWE star, you're not. So you don't know the respect and dedication you need to make it in WWE. I never once made a young guy carry my bags, but I was shown respect every day. To disrespect the veterans in any way is taboo in our business." And I can agree with Chris Jericho on this.
Yes, exactly. I can agree with him. And also, do you know who else did Leo Rush have a problem? Matt Hardy and Rabbi Hardy, his wife, because she called him a pussy or something like that. So.
Oh, she ripped into him. I love Rabbi Hardy.
I love that she is realistic, man. She has guts to say things.
Oh, she does. But yeah.
You know what's funny?
Yeah.
You know what? Because I don't know if you heard, what's the average salaries in NXT? 75 until how much?
I think it's from about $50,000 to $200,000.
Oh yeah. So for people who say, there was some news last week, and random people on Twitter were like, "Oh man, why is Adam Cole getting a paper revenue?" Well, his name is, I don't know if Tom agrees with me on this, but his name is huge, man, in NXT. He's the biggest guy in there.
Exactly, and in Indies. He was big in the Indies before he came over.
So if he is not getting a pay-per-view revenue from takeovers, which is the only name who's getting that, I think Triple H will feel a little bit like he's disrespecting Cole, because he obviously respects Adam Cole and what he's doing. And for Johnny Gargano, once again, look what he's getting paid, Johnny Gargano, and the matches he's putting. Leo Rush, he has no right to request more money.
Exactly.
Yeah. Just because you're on the main roster, it doesn't give you a right to do that.
No, definitely not. He is a bit of an arrogant prick, but it'll just end up like Enzo Amore. Just get fired and get out, and then won't make it anywhere else.
Here's the thing, bro. If you're arrogant, and if other companies hear about you, they don't need an arrogant prick for their company. So maybe if he leaves, maybe he'll have a trouble with finding a company that will let him work. Because the thing that you need in wrestling, for example, you see a lot of wrestlers in NXT are really respectful. You need to have a respect, and you need to have your own word. Sorry. So if you need to stand up for yourself.
There's a difference
but
between
not in that way. That's the thing.
Yeah, there's definitely a difference between being yourself and working with everybody, and then being arrogant. You can be confident in yourself, but being arrogant is ridiculous, and obviously in this business you do not ever disrespect legends, because your career will end so fast you will not know what to do with yourself.
Yeah, he even had a heat back in NXT, if you remember, with Emma back in the day.
Yeah, because he
About a
disrespected
year
Emma
ago,
because,
yeah.
like, saying she wasn't ready for Asuka when she got released. It's just like, to you, Emma, in your status to Emma is more of a veteran than you are. She's been in the business for a few more years, so you show her the respect she deserves.
Bro, you know what's sad? That Leo Rush is like 23 years old. So he's so young, man. He is not even close to his prime yet. You know, usually people get in their 30s in wrestling, in their prime, something like that. But he's 23. Why the fuck are you even doing that? You're lucky that you're on the main roster.
I think they're sending him back down to NXT, to be honest.
Oh yeah, speaking of NXT, we can speak about Tyler Breeze going back to NXT.
Oh yes, let me find that article. Let's just close the Leo Rush one. Where is it? Yes. He has finally had his wish that he is now going to be going back down to NXT because, well, they weren't doing anything with him on the main roster, and he was actually pretty good in NXT, so I'm glad he's going down there.
Yeah, I mean, he can wrestle for NXT North American title. Bro, NXT is a third brand. It's not a developmental territory like everyone is saying. It's a legit brand. So, in my case, he got promoted instead of demoted. So,
yeah,
I'm really glad that we can see him because he was just wasted on the main roster.
Exactly. I'm glad. I mean, when he was doing the Fashion Files with Fandango, he was doing pretty good, but obviously Fandango got hurt, leaving him in limbo.
Yeah, and they also overdone that also. You know, it was great for for a few weeks, but same like with Becky Lynch, you know, they're doing stuff. I love Becky, but they're doing stuff, you know, just pushing down the throat something. If it's working, you don't need to do that every week because people will get sick of it.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly. But yeah, I'm glad he's going back. But speaking of people not being used, Luke Harper has been outright told by Vince McMahon himself he is not going to get a release and he has no plans to use him for anything else.
They actually added a date on his contract.
Yeah, because they could.
Well, it's bullshit. It's bullshit.
Exactly. Luke Harper's pretty damn good.
I would love to see him in NXT.
Exactly. Put him down in NXT and let him help people. Do something with him.
And by the way, I would love to see him in NXT as Luke Harper, not as Harper. Because Luke Harper is... It's full name, man. Why one name? It's stupid. You know, you have Andrade, you have Andrade, you have Ali.
Oh god, I don't know why they have a shortened that name. Mustafa Ali was fine.
Yeah, speaking of this, listen, if you go on Twitter and you type in on search or in Google, it doesn't matter. If you type in Ali or if you type in Andrade, it will come up a bunch of stuff. So you're just making everyone, you know, if you type Andrade, it won't come up Andrade Cien Almas. People don't know who is Andrade. It's a first fucking name.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying? So, you know, why would you take someone's name? I had a fear of them shorting Aleister Black's name to Aleister or something like that, which would be crazy.
Yeah, that would have been stupid to do that. I mean, some of it
for
worked, like Big E. Big E was a perfect one to short because Big E Langston was terrible.
Yeah, and same for Triple H, Hunter Hemsley.
Yeah,
Hemsley.
Sometimes it works, but in these cases, it's the worst thing they could do. Like Rusev,
Yes,
Alexander Rusev, that was a great name to shorten it down to. Because Rusev is decisive and powerful. Alexander Rusev was too big and long, but yeah.
You know who was bad? For Otis Dozovic. Because he had great last name. Because they're calling them Tucker and Otis. It was like it was better like Tucker Knight and Otis Dozovic.
Exactly.
Much better. But for mainstream media, if you say Andrade or Ali, they don't know who that is. There's millions of people who are named Andrade. That's what I'm saying. You won't see Andrade main eventing anything because his name is Andrade. How can you take a guy seriously that has a name Andrade or Ali?
Exactly.
You can't. I'm sorry, but it's true. I'm sorry.
It's just ridiculous. But let's talk about some good news now. Daniel Bryan has reportedly been cleared to return to in-ring action after his undisclosed injury, which is really good to hear. We don't know what it was. There's some rumours floating around that it was shoulder or maybe even concussion, but I don't think we have a confirmed note what his injury actually was.
Yeah. Well, all that matters is that he is, in good. So that's all I care about. If he's fine.
Exactly. I'm glad he's back. The sad thing is, if he had been cleared a week earlier, Kevin Owens wouldn't have turned heel. He would have stayed babyface because the idea was to have Kevin as the second babyface on SmackDown.
Well, bro, to be honest, I love Kevin as heel. I love him in everything. The guy's great in every role that he's portraying. Heel, babyface. He's funny. He's great in everything. He can do everything. That's the great thing about Kevin.
Exactly.
But yeah, I do agree. The only problem I have with this, I think I said last week or a few weeks ago, the only fear I have is Bryan not getting back to the main event spot once again. Because Vince will lose trust in him.
He will, unfortunately. And he shouldn't, because Daniel is amazing.
Yeah, but the only thing, like I told you, I'm afraid that we may never see again Daniel Bryan as champion. I'm not fucking around. I know people will take this, yeah, he went back, he had the injury, retirement, he went back and he was a champion. This is a completely different story. He was injured multiple times. I'm sorry to say this, but, I don't think Vince will trust him again.
No,
because every time he has a big win, he gets injured or something like that.
It's a tough one, it really is, though. But thank God Daniel's coming back, and we'll have to see what he is going to be doing.
One thing that matters the most was WrestleMania 30. That moment with Daniel Bryan winning, that was one of the best WrestleMania moments ever. So that's all that matters. Whatever happens in the future, you can go back to that moment, WrestleMania 30, and watch that match with Batista and Randy Orton. That ending was great.
That was actually a pretty good match as well.
It was, but ending, the story told about the underdog, B-plus player, that was great.
It was amazing. Which is what they did with Kofi, but they did it slightly differently, and it was really good.
And that's the beautiful thing about wrestling, Whatever you did before, it will be remembered. People won't forget about that, so you can always go back and watch it.
Exactly. But let's talk about our favourite show. We have to discuss the Sociopath. Firefly Funhouse is the best storyline they are doing in a long time.
Bro, is
brilliant.
You know what? Is Bray talking about Kevin Dunn and Vince and everyone in the back, because everyone behind seems like a psycho.
But the best thing is Reby Hardy put a video of King Maxwell saying sociopath because it's the word of the day. It's brilliant.
It's brilliant. I mean, it's
the picture. Obviously, you can tell it's getting darker and darker and darker because obviously the picture was dark and the word was dark, and it's just going to slowly take that creepy turn.
Yes, and I love it.
I love every minute of it.
See what's going to happen next week, but when he was drawing, did you see when he was drawing and stuff with his hat? That was hilarious.
It was a really good episode of Firefly Funhouse.
Yes, But once again, I say this all the time. My only fear is that they don't push this every week, same thing over and over again, because it will lose that. It won't be special as before if they do this for 2 months more.
Exactly. But I think they've got a plan. They should have a plan with this.
They should, because this character is brilliant.
It is.
Yeah, imagine if they're doing like, oh, he's a good guy, and for example, he acts like a good guy, but then something happens and he's like a bad guy, and like a force, let's decide what you're going to do, good stuff or bad stuff. In the ring, for example, turn on someone. Oh no, I want turn on him. You know what I'm trying to say. It will be fun to experiment with him a lot of stuff, because that character can be pretty scary, but in the same time he can be a good guy, but then you can have the old Bray Wyatt taking over his body, in some ways.
Exactly. Like, I think the best meme I've seen of it, though, you remember the Simpsons episode where Marge painted a picture of Ringo Starr?
Yeah.
It had that Bray Wyatt revealing that as a picture. It was just a brilliant meme.
Yeah, dude, but
Made me laugh.
You know what? The sad thing is, I know this is out of topic, but today's generation, they have no idea about Simpsons, so...
Oh yeah, because they've never had a good Simpsons episode in their life. Because it stopped being good in about 2001.
I think most of these Roman Reigns fans who are 10 years old, they don't know what Simpsons are.
Check out the Simpsons; it's amazing.
Yeah, and by the way, check out South Park also.
Oh God, we can't be recommending that one.
Yeah. Anyway, so let's go to other topic.
Now we have some bad news to talk about. Jeff Hardy, well, it's good and bad. Jeff Hardy has had successful knee surgery, but he will be out for 6 to 9 months.
Well, he needs to retire. He's done everything. There's no need to come back. Why?
Universal Championship.
Is that title really worth it that much? No.
Yes.
Let's be serious, bro.
Yes.
Why?
He needs to end on a title reign.
So you're telling me the WWE title is more worth more than Universal title?
I just feel like he's had the WWE title. I just feel like he's had the last big belt and go out. In my opinion,
he can. But yeah, but only if he goes out. If he doesn't, I don't want to see him stay for 2 years or more.
Oh no, definitely not.
Let him have another run. But listen, I have a problem with that. I would love to see Matt Hardy with WWE title. That's what I would love to see.
He needs to hold that belt before he retires as well.
Yeah. So, speaking of Hardys, there's a story about WWE bringing in Big Money Matt from TNA character.
Yeah, obviously, because Jeff's out, they want to bring... I don't know whether... Obviously, the Big Money Matt was what happened, and then he transitioned into Broken Matt. So there could always be way to do that. Obviously, Matt recently on YouTube did a video saying reintroducing Big Money Matt.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a big hint.
Yeah, they can do that. Yeah.
They definitely need to do something with Matt.
Yeah, sure.
Because obviously...
Is there anything else?
Yeah, we've got many more things to talk about.
Wait, yo, bro, can you wait just a minute? Are you fine with that? Just to, I need to lock the door, and if that's alright for...
I guess I could just discuss something little anyway, while you do that.
Yeah, sure. Start right now.
Alright, yes. Okay, guys, one thing that happened at the last set of NXT television tapings is Beth Phoenix made her NXT commentary debut. At this point, we don't know whether she'll be doing it permanently or not. She did replace Percy Watson with it Obviously, he's still with the company, it has been confirmed, but she's went on the NXT commentary team, which I think is amazing, because Renee Young tried that, but I think Beth Phoenix is better on commentary than Renee Young, in my opinion. I think it's a good role. Have a female perspective on a commentary is really good. You need the right female person, though, to do it. But having her on NXT would be really good, because she'd be having a great insight, especially into the women in the developmental brand, because that's what we need, a female voice, because obviously it's always good to have a man and a woman having it, because then they have different opinions and good discussions on commentary. That's just my opinion in Beth Phoenix doing the commentary while we wait for Shawn Michaels Jr. to return. Let's just get out one more thing. WWE is looking to have both John Cena and The Undertaker on SmackDown's Fox network debut, which is amazing. You need to bring out the big guns for that debut episode on Fox.
Yeah, dude.
He is back. I just discussed Beth Phoenix being on commentary in NXT.
I don't know what did you talk about, but this is actually Shawn Michaels Jr., so I don't even know what did you guys talk about earlier, but so now I'm glad to be here, man.
Thank you, Shawn Michaels Jr.
I'm
for
glad to be
appearing, man.
Yeah, man, I had a rough day, I beat up the other guy who I was knocking on his door, so I just put him in the closet, and locked him up. So we'll see what's going to happen.
Release Stefan now, Shawn Michaels Jr.
Oh, screw that guy. He's just, I had a bad day, man. Honestly, I had a bad day. But yeah, man, let's just talk about something. Let's go, man. Let's just talk about something. I need to speak about something because I really can't. I don't know what's going to happen, so let's just roll this.
We have Kofi Kingston saying that the WWE title bout should be utilising the Freebird rule.
Listen, if that happens, I don't know. I don't agree with that because obviously, I don't know. What do you think about that?
I think that's completely stupid to think it's a singles bout, so therefore one person can hold it. It's not a tag team championship where you've got a trio holding it.
No. I agree.
Definitely shouldn't be having a Freebird rule on a main singles bout. I don't think so.
No. We'll see. But at the end of the day, whatever happens to that belt, at some point, that belt is coming back to me. So that's the only thing that matters, But, man, speaking of a fact right now, and, there is no reason to do that. It would be stupid, ridiculous, and if one stable needs to do that, then everyone else needs to do that. So, if Adam Cole wins the title, that means that everyone else in the group will be a champion. That's ridiculous. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it would be completely ridiculous and kind of destroy the point of a singles championship.
Yes, I agree with that. I do agree with that.
Exactly.
And you obviously know, bro. You obviously know. I was holding that belt a few times as a vacant, so it's hard. It's really hard to hear something like that. So you need to champions who build that title up, and obviously one of them was me.
That you did, mate. Two more stories to cover. Rey Mysterio's son Dominic, who has appeared on WWE television recently, is training to be a wrestler with Lance Storm. And the idea is that he's going to be making his WWE debut soon.
Oh yeah. Well, listen. Obviously, to be honest, I'm glad to hear that. It's going to be great. But, I feel bad for him because at the end of if I get my hands on him, it's going to be bad. Because my last name speaks for itself. You know, Michaels. It's, so. But man, listen, I'm happy. I'm really happy for him, and I'm really to be real with you. The guy can do amazing stuff. I've never seen him in the ring, but we've seen him on the Raw and next to Ray. So it's going to be exciting to see what he can do in that ring.
Exactly. I think the only problem with this is, are people going to think, oh, can he be like his father? It's always the problem when they have second generation stars or third generation stars going, because you're always going to compare them to the fathers.
Well, shit, bro, they're not saying anything about me, but I have the same first and last name. So what the hell? Just be you. Don't. How I'm going to say this. Think about yourself. Don't because of your name. Don't just do it for yourself. Don't do it for someone else. And because if you do it, people will think that you're doing because that you're getting opportunities because of your family, like Roman Reigns. So he needs to prove himself. That's all I'm saying. He needs to prove himself, and if he does, he have a great career. I'm really excited to see what he can do.
Me too. Now, can you release Stefan so we can discuss this last story together?
About what?
It's about Jon Moxley.
Oh, I whooped his ass last time. So listen, I'll call up this guy in a minute. Let me just wait, just a second.
We're saving him now. Sorry, guys. So Michaels Jr. taking over this video. Release him.
Oh, I'm back. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry. What the fuck just happened, man? This guy came in, fuck.
That was Shawn Michaels Jr., mate.
I'm fine, dude.
Okay?
I'm beat up a little bit. He knocked me out, so fuck.
It's okay.
What?
We've just got one story left to
fuck
come,
yourself.
mate.
No, I'll kick your ass. Shut the fuck up. I'm sorry about that, bro.
Calm
this
down,
guy's
calm
insane,
down. Don't antagonize Shawn Michaels Jr. He'll knock you out again.
No, he's a good guy.
Anyway, let's talk about Jon Moxley.
Yeah, man. I think it's great.
Yeah, I think
It's
a
a
really
huge
cool return
thing.
for his character.
You know what's funny? People are saying that Jon Moxley is that WWE is making that promo, which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Why would they, with all the sponsors they have, they can't have blood, they can't have that type of character in the company. So for someone to say that, it's ridiculous.
It's
heard some guy.
completely ridiculous.
His name is Slice Wrestling, and that guy is on Twitter. He's like, he's doing the reports, like bullshit reports, reading from Meltzer, and then is saying that he has sources and things like that. He's saying that Moxley, that's WWE creation, that they will let him work indie shows, and he will be back in 5-6 months, which is bullshit.
Well, there's always a possibility that Dean Ambrose will go back to WWE.
Yes, bro, but not to Jon Moxley.
No, definitely not. He'll go back as Dean Ambrose.
And this is definitely not the thing that WWE is making. No
I'd also like to confirm right now, Jon Moxley and Dean Ambrose are not the same person.
No, like me and the other guy,
Or like Al Generico and Sami Zayn. Al Generico died in a rafting accident in 2015. Or was it earlier than that? I think it was 2015.
And this, for God's sakes, this guy kicked my ass right now, 2 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Do you remember? Yeah, so, listen, it's not the same character, obviously. Dean Ambrose is... But man, I really love to see Jon Moxley, I really love to see that because...
He was insane, weren't he?
I would love to see matches in AEW.
Well,
love
in that
some
promo,
guy-
there was dice that was, I think it was 255 on dice, which indicates 25th of May, which is double or nothing.
I'm just going to point out something mysterious in that promo, and that is reference of Big Dog chasing John Moxley. So that's just what I'm going to say. You know, don't leave, bro. Don't leave, bro. Don't leave WWE. And he's escaping from Ambrose Asylum. I think that was because a lot of people are saying, you know, there are definitely some references to that, and I can definitely see that happening because when you're in the WWE, you're basically in jail. For God's sakes, this is the thing we need to talk about right now because John Moxley, he renamed his Twitter to John Moxley. It was Dean Ambrose Twitter before, and he didn't use that Twitter for years as Dean Ambrose. So what I think is what I think is happening? Did you hear about WWE requesting superstars' passwords? Social media team.
I have not heard that.
I sent you a link, man.
Can't seem to see it. But anyway, let's continue.
Well, listen, this is part of it. So what's happening is social media team wants to have a password of every single social media platform from their superstars. And that was released the same day as Dean Ambrose changed his name to John Moxley. So I think they have a fear of when someone leaves that they will just rename themselves. You know what I'm saying on Twitter? Which
They have every single right to do that.
They have, but they also want to have control over their Twitters. And here's the thing: John Moxley's promo had 2 million views in less than few hours, while Monday Night Raw had the lowest ratings last week. That speaks a lot.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you can't ask for the password. I swear that's against
Against what?
personal privacy, and I'm pretty sure that you're not meant to give your passwords out anyway. So I'm sure there's data protection services that means you can't do that.
Yes, bro, but they also have social media teams working in NXT with people, you know, when they were hacked like pigs, and so to protect their privacy. But again, the same company, I don't want to mention this.
Knowing the password won't protect anything.
That's what I'm saying, bro, because there was some conspiracy before about WWE, someone from WWE actually leaking Paige's videos, which is crazy to me. But then again, you know, I can't trust anyone with my password. I wouldn't give it to anyone.
Oh God, no.
Imagine if someone tells you, "Oh yeah, you Shawn Michaels Jr., you need to give your passwords to us. We won't do anything. We will just have you, you know, to control your account." Why the fuck would someone else control our account, for example? That's bullshit, bro. You can't trust anyone else with your privacy. That's like giving your computer to someone.
Exactly.
Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And like I said, people are saying it may have to do with John Moxley. It may or may not. At the end of the day, it's invasion of the privacy, and I think it's against law and shouldn't be done. That shouldn't be done at all.
Oh yeah, it is invasion of privacy. Like, it's the same as if they ask for you to publicly give if like they ask for your phone number to give it for records. You can't do that.
No.
Same with like if I'm at work and they have like, because they tried to put out a public thing where you write your number down. I went, no, that's against data protection. You're not having my bloody phone number like that. If you want it personally, I'll give it to you to put in your phone, but I ain't having it so people can see it, because that's my personal protection. I'm not giving you anything like that.
No, absolutely not. And imagine if you had a text messaging with some with your, better half or something like that, and then everyone else from WWE can read that stuff. That's what I'm saying. It's fucking invasion of their privacy. I wouldn't feel comfortable in that situation to give someone that. It's complete bullshit. I'm sorry, bro. I'm really sorry to say this. I know people will say, someone said, a lot of people think it's bullshit, which I agree, but there are also people who are saying that they should have their passwords because of the previous things that were happening with Tony Storm getting leaked or something like that, and with Paige, and but you're just risking in that way of them having your password.
Exactly. How is that going to protect anything?
Literally nothing, bro. Literally nothing. They can't do anything about that. No. But there's another thing about social media password giving. Okay, first was John Moxley, but another reason was about when Adam Cole got hacked. His number got leaked. There was some guy named Mo the God. He hacked him. And his Twitter was actually down for 2-3 days. They're saying that may be the reason why, because nobody could access the Twitter. But again, it's same bullshit, because if a hacker changed the password,
then no one's going to be able to get in.
Exactly. So it doesn't make sense, whatever they may say.
Exactly. But anyway, I think this is the end of this podcast for the last Monday podcast.
It is. I'm glad that it's moving to Friday. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah,
but
me too.
That's all we have to talk about right now. I think this was a long episode, bro.
Just over an hour.
So we discuss stuff because some people say you don't discuss a lot. So this podcast is over an hour, dude. We did everything. We covered
basically
up everything.
Rambled half the fucking time, trying to fill it with time and talk about shit that didn't need any more comments.
Dude, we even had Shawn Michaels Jr. on the podcast, which is insane.
Exactly, bloody Shawn Michaels Jr. Are you okay with your head?
Yeah. But goddamn, that guy is a legend. I don't know how many times the championship, the Awakened won the championship, but man. That was actually his allies, So we need to respect the guy, and
I think he's like a 43-time US champion.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah, I think he's like 15-time WWE champion. He's got bloody records, dude.
So wait, so you think he can? Do you remember when he said about Rey Mysterio's son? You really think? I mean, you really can't compare Shawn Michaels Jr. to Rey Mysterio's son or anyone else. I mean, the guy is the greatest champion of all time. The greatest superstar of all time. But yeah, that's all, man, we have for today. It was a great podcast,
Yeah.
Is there anything left you have to say? I said everything I have.
Leave questions, please.
Questions.
Leave more questions, please.
What the fuck?
Questions.
Whoa, wait a sec. What the fuck?
Oh.
Listen, man. This fucking guy, once again, you know who is here? Shawn Michaels Jr. Listen, man. Leave the questions, because I'll come by and I'll kick your ass if you don't leave the questions.
Okay. Well, everyone leave questions, please. You don't want to see Shawn Michaels Jr. in your house, do you?
How many times am I the champion? I can't count, man. I really can't count. It's the greatest. It's the greatest. So, listen, real questions. I'm serious about this. Everything, any topic, anything. Not just wrestling questions. That's all I have to say.
Exactly. Anyway, thank you all for checking out this podcast.
Are you going to end this podcast with as a Vince McMahon?
I think I can. Yeah. Make sure you subscribe, like and share, or I'll fire you.
I'm out. I'm embarrassed of this. Fuck this. This podcast is garbage.